What's up, everybody? And I am your boy, CJ. We are riding solo again this week. If you didn't know, Jonathan will be back next week. And let's do some Pylon picks. But first, before we get into the Pylon picks, let's just get some business underway. Go ahead and follow this channel. Subscribe here to our Twitch page and help us get to 50 followers. Because once we get to 50 followers, we can become a affiliate. And and then follow us on Twitch and YouTube. So YouTube page is CJT Creation Box. Get us to 50 subscribers on both platforms, and we will do a giveaway. Ooh, so be one of the people to be our first 50, be the first people here for us, and be the day ones. Be the day ones for us. Grind with us, grow with us, and let's do the damn thing. So go ahead and follow us, CJT Creation Box on YouTube and Hate2Pylon here on Twitch. Go ahead and follow us free. It's free, okay? It's super free. So go ahead and do that for us. And without any further ado, let's get some picks, baby. Let's go. Exciting week of football we got. I'm gonna start off with my favorite team, the Washington football franchise, and we are back after a bye week after picking up a dub against the Dallas Cowboys. And this week we play against another divisional foe. We play against the New York Football Giants, and we're at home this week. So coming off a bye, Giants had a tough loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But they did look pretty good on defense. So that does give me cause for concern this week. How will the offense keep progressing? Hopefully we can get Steve Sims Jr. back on offense and kind of be more a little bit dynamic, get the ball rolling. Definitely I want to see us keep feeding Antonio Gibson because he is a game-changer running back. He's getting better each week. Of course, feed Terry McLaurin. One, because he's a great wide receiver, and two, he's on my fantasy team. So, two for right there. I think that my team is going to pull it out. Of course, I'm going to be biased, but no favorites here. Bias and favorites. But no, of course, I'm going to go with my Washington football team. I think they got a little bit of momentum. They're well-rested. I think at home, and especially losing the close game they had the first encounter just a few weeks ago, 19-20, I think they play a lot better against the Giants this week, and I think they pull out the victory 28-24. Pretty close game. Going to the next game, we have the Chicago Bears at the Tennessee Titans. And these two teams, you really don't know. I mean, Chicago coming off a loss, Tennessee's coming off a surprising loss. I think there are 2 losses in a row now. They are at home, which I think could be a good favorite for them. Chicago Bears stink. They absolutely stink. But you never know what you're going to get from them. Same with the Tennessee Titans as well. Tennessee Titans look like they could be world beaters this year, but then at the same time they struggle against the Cincinnati Bengals. And the loss previous to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is understandable because Pittsburgh Steelers are a great team this season. I don't really know. This game is really a hit or miss game. This really could be a coin toss of a game. I'm gonna go Tennessee Titans just because they're at home and losing 2 straight. I think they're going to finally get it together. I think they're going to really feed Derrick Henry and just going to run all over the Chicago Bears. But the Chicago Bears defense is pretty good as well. I'm going with the more competent quarterback with Ryan Tannehill. We'll see how he does this week. I'm not 100% sure if he's going to play well, but I mean, he's been decent so far this year. Not so good the last couple of weeks, though. Hopefully, the Tennessee Titans can snap out of it and get a dub. I'm going a W of 24-17. Moving on to the next game. We have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions, a divisional game, so it's going to be tough played. Minnesota coming off a big victory, especially last week against the against the Packers last week, and then the Detroit Lions coming off of a loss. This should be really interesting. I don't want to bet on the Detroit Lions 2 straight weeks in a row looking like an idiot. Don't want to look like an idiot. So I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings to win with a healthy dose of Dalvin Cook again, getting Kirk Cousins out of the way and just handing that ball off. And Dalvin Cook goes off again for another 4 touchdowns. That's what I want to see. I'm going to say the Vikings win 35-21. Going to an interesting game here, we got the Carolina Panthers, Jonathan's Carolina Panthers, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. And, buddy, this ain't going to be pretty. Kansas City at Kansas City, it's going to be a tough matchup, especially they have been struggling to score some points lately. Hopefully Christian McCaffrey can come back this week and possibly provide a spark. That would be really cool to see. Carolina's a tough football team. They're a damn tough football team, and they could surprise people and really be a team that give them some fits. They give a lot of good teams fits this season, but the Kansas City Chiefs are the defending Super Bowl champions for a reason, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs probably put up 1,000 on these guys. Just kidding. I think the Kansas City Chiefs, they put up 33 points, and I'll give the Carolina Panthers 28. So they're going to score some respectable points, especially if Christian McCaffrey comes back this week. We'll see. Moving down to a shitty game, absolute shit game. Who knows? It could possibly be exciting. Doubt it. Highly doubt it. The Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Gardner Minshew will be out this week. I believe this is a third-string quarterback starting, who's, I think, a rookie, taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. Houston Texans hasn't been good this year at all, but Deshaun Watson can go off any minute in this game, and I believe in Deshaun Watson wholeheartedly. And I think the Houston Texans actually pick up the victory this week in Jacksonville. I think they put up a good amount of points on Jacksonville as well. The defense, is kind of trash. I'm saying 35-17. Houston wins handily as well and pick up their second win of the season. Okay. A game that should be really interesting to watch. We got Baltimore taking on the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis, Indiana. Baltimore might be without 7 players this week, depending on how the 5-day COVID rule stretches out. We'll see. That's a huge loss, especially Marlon Humphreys and Patrick Queen are some of the two notable. Judon as well, I want to say, are out with the COVID tracing. I'm not sure if they tested positive per se, but I know they were put on the COVID list. So definitely a huge blow to the defense. Can the Baltimore offense kind of snap out of their slump they've kind of been in for the last couple of weeks and really put up some points? Because Indianapolis has been kind of hot the last couple of weeks, putting up some pretty good points. Phillip Rivers has been playing well. 3 touchdowns, I believe, last week, 0 picks, which is big for them. And Indianapolis Colts defense is pretty good. It's pretty legit, to be quite honest with you. So, they came off a loss against Steelers last week. I don't know. This is a tough game. I think this should be a really good game, a really interesting affair. I don't know. I'm going to go Indianapolis Colts because they're the home team. They've been kind of hot. I think with the loss of the 7 key defensive players for the Ravens, I think it's just going to put them in jeopardy. I'm going 24-21 Colts. 24-21. All right. which should be a good game of two once at one point MVP candidates. Definitely one legitimate MVP candidate. You got Russell Wilson taking on Josh Allen, Seattle Seahawks versus the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. I mean, it's pretty cold right now, so that's definitely going to be a factor in the game. 1 o'clock start, so Seattle's traveling all the way to the East Coast there. Um, it should be really interesting. Two pretty good teams. Buffalo got a win last week, so they're kind of, especially against, they got a big win against New England last week, which was a good victory. So definitely should be a really tough game. Buffalo's defense is pretty good. I mean, Russell Wilson is just damn great, but Buffalo's strength is in their pass defense, so it should be an interesting matchup here. Um, mm, this is a tough one. This is a real tough one to call. Just like the Baltimore Indianapolis game was really tough. I'm going to go with Seattle picking up the victory. I think this could be a high scoring game, but at the same time, Josh Allen hasn't been very good these last couple of weeks as well. But Seattle's defense is not good either. This could be a high scoring affair. I can see it going 35-33 Seattle this week. Um, I think Russell Wilson's just too good. It just depends how that defense travels and how they play this week. They did just trade for Carlos Dunlap. I'm not sure if he will be able to play this week or not. That could be a big factor as well in that pass rush. I think Seattle's defense is constantly going to get better throughout the season, especially with the emergence of Carlos Dunlap. So we'll see. I mean, Seattle could, start to turn things around and kind of pick up steam, especially with the Cardinals in their division kind of doing pretty well. So that should be good. So Seattle for that game. Um, for the final 1 o'clock game, I got Denver at the Atlanta Falcons here. Two teams that are not very good, but could put up an offense of mirage. Ooh, that's a good word, mirage. Barrage. I think it's barrage. Barrage is probably the more, but I don't even know what barrage means, so I'm not even going to. You know what? Let's just scratch that. Um, Denver at Atlanta. Drew Lock coming off a pretty big game, 3 touchdowns, coming back to beat the Chargers at the last second, which was good. I believe Atlanta last week. Who did Atlanta play last week? Why am I not remembering? Were they on bye last week? I don't think so. No, they weren't on bye last week. So Atlanta, they played. Oh yeah, they played Carolina. They got a victory in Carolina on Thursday Night Football, so they got a little bit a longer rest period too, which is pretty good for them. Offense scored some pretty good points. The offense has been looking good. I mean, Matt Ryan is coming alive lately. Um, it's in Atlanta. Denver is hit or miss, really. They're really hit or miss. They gave up a lot of points last week against the Chargers, but the Chargers offense is pretty damn good. Justin Herbert is a guy. He is the guy. Um, that's a tough one. This is a tough one to call again because both these teams stink, so it really doesn't matter. I'm going to go that Denver picks up the victory this week and kind of pick up some more momentum. I think Drew Lock is finally getting his rhythm back, coming off an injury that he had earlier this season. I think they win another high-scoring game. I think this is going to be a high-scoring week in football. Um, I'm going to give the Denver Broncos 26 points and Atlanta Falcons 24. So decent amount of points. Denver picks up the victory barely. So before we go into the 4 o'clock games, we have a little bit of a ad sponsor break by me. So enjoy this video here. All right, and we're back. Just a little fun video by CJT Creation Box. Go ahead and go and follow us on the YouTubes and on this Twitch channel if you haven't already. We are going to be doing a giveaway once we get to 50 followers and 50 subscribers on YouTube and Twitch. So go ahead and give us a follow. Tell your friends to go follow us. Let's keep this thing going. Let's keep growing. Be one of the day ones, and we're gonna take care of you guys. We're gonna take care of all the day ones for sure. But yeah, back to the picks. 4:00 game. We have the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the LA Chargers. Divisional game, so you know it's going to be a good one. Justin Herbert had a little bit of a down week last week, but still threw 3 touchdowns. But it's hard to bet against the Raiders right now. They are a good team, a sneaky good team at that. But Justin Herbert has been balling. A really close one to call here. My heart is leaning Las Vegas, but Justin Herbert is a baller, you know? He's just straight baller. I think Josh Jacobs is going to go crazy on this game, so I'm going to go Las Vegas Raiders picking up the victory. Let's give them 24 and the Chargers 17. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to call right there. Hold on, I got a quick note here that I gotta. Interesting development here. Hold up. I'm gonna pull this one up for you guys. Yes. The Cowboys stink. Which brings me to the next game: Pittsburgh taking on the Dallas Cowboys. It's really not much more to say. The Cowboys stink. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to put up 1,000,000 points this week. I'm going to say 42-0. There's possibilities that Danucci, the third string starting quarterback, could not play this week because they're not feeling comfortable with him, and possibly bringing up something Gilbert maybe, a practice squad quarterback, which is crazy. Which is, it's just unfortunate for the Cowboys. Pittsburgh Steelers defense is just not fair. They're really good. The Cowboys offense is really bad. So when you put those two together, it definitely leans to Pittsburgh Steelers. I need Mapletron to go off for me for my fantasy team, for the culture, not even for the culture, for the fantasy team. I need him. And I think he goes off, and I think he goes off early and often. 42-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. Stink, Cowboys. They stink. Moving on. This should be a really interesting matchup here. Battle of two young, promising quarterbacks. You have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Tua didn't look too great in this opener, but the defense and special teams really made up for it. We'll see if he can bounce back this week and kind of get his footing under him a little bit better. When you got Chandler Jones coming at you and Aaron Donald the week before, this is just not fair for two really elite pass rushers coming for you. Arizona's coming off of a bye last week. It looks like Arizona, and they coming off a big dub against the Seattle Seahawks, and that team's really kind of picking up speed. So is Miami. Their defense is pretty damn good as well. This is a tough one to call, but I'm gonna say, because Arizona's so shaky. Whenever I pick them, they're so up and down when you pick them, Nickelodeon. I'm gonna go Arizona Cardinals picking up the victory 35-28. I think Miami's offense is going to be a little bit better this week. With a little bit of continuity, but I think Arizona is just going to be able to get the throw the deep ball and control the clock. Um, yeah, I think Arizona's just a little bit of a better team. I think they're a little bit of a better run right now. I think their offense is starting to click, and I think they could be really dangerous, especially if they can continue to pick up momentum and possibly win the division, which is the best division in football right now. All right, so going to Sunday night. We have should be a pretty good game, especially rematch from week 1. We have the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Um, New Orleans coming off a victory last week against the Bears. Tampa Bay picking up a big victory against the Giants on Monday night. Um, they both play teams that stink. But Tampa Bay kind of struggled a little bit against the Giants, but the Giants defense is not bad, which is I talked about earlier on. Um, mm, Tampa Bay got the better of the New Orleans week 1. Um, I think New Orleans definitely want to pick up that victory again and possibly really derail the hopes of the Buccaneers. Buccaneers need to really make a statement game. They're a team that should be a lot better than what they play. They do make a lot of mistakes. I don't know. I think this Tampa Bay defense could be legit and could do some crazy things against New Orleans this week. But it's a division game, and I think the New Orleans Saints are going to squeak out of this game with a victory 29-28. Last second field goal to win. And New Orleans kind of even the series 1-1 throughout the season, and then just kind of makes it a little bit interesting in the NFC South. So I'm going New Orleans. As much as Drew Brees is not it anymore, I just think with the division and how it just shakes up, I think New Orleans gets this one this week and beats Tampa Bay. Into Monday Night Football, which should probably be a stinker. It's an AFC East division matchup when you got your New England Patriots taking on the New York Jets. New York Jets are tanking. New England Patriots are just playing bad football right now. The Patriots should win this game because the Jets don't want to win. Plain and simple. They do not want to win at all. They are just hot garbage. Patriots also may be hot garbage. So it depends on how they play, because if the Patriots don't play well against the Jets this week, the Patriots could go into the trash run next week. And I don't know if you want to see the Patriots in the trash run, which, to be honest with you, no one would expect to see the Patriots in the trash run. They've been a good team for years. But I mean, this is a bit of a rebuild, maybe a reload season. I mean, they didn't really have a lot of money. They were strapped for cash this season. Plus, they had a lot of opt-outs as well. Next year, they have abundance of cap space, and they can make a run for anybody they want. So maybe they just, tanking a little bit, position themselves to get some pretty good picks, and just reload and just kill all y'all motherfuckers next season. We'll see what happens. But I'm going with the New England Patriots 24-10. Getting a well-needed victory against the Jets, because the Patriots can't afford to lose to the Jets. Which, I mean, the Jets stink. So they're both stink. They're both at the bottom half of the AFC East, which is crazy. No one would have predicted that. Well, I mean, we would predict the Jets to be at the bottom half, but not the Patriots. Especially with Cam Newton. We're a pro Cam Newton show, but Cam Newton could be making his way down to the trash run. Who knows? We'll see. I mean, the Jets are a permanent fixture in the trash run. Same as the Cowboys. Those two teams stink. They just stink. Just hot garbage, man. Just hot fucking garbage. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's all I got for you for this week. Week 9 is only downhill from here. I think the Jets set that since week 1 after they got out of training camp. Super excited for this week. Currently, right now, for the Thursday night football game, if you're watching this live, the Green Bay Packers are up 14-3. Let me refresh my page just to make sure that's the right score. 21-3, excuse me. Aaron Rodgers thrown for 3 touchdowns this game, which is great for me, for my fantasy football team. I'm excited about that. Of course, San Francisco 49ers are dealing with a lot of injuries. So take of that what you will. Let me look at this. Let's actually go to this quick game since we're just chatting. We're just hanging, right? Let's see who got these touchdowns. Touchdown pass to Valadez Scantling. Ooh. And then I think that's Mercedes Lewis, if I'm mistaken, right? M. Lewis. Let's go to the stats. Here, 49ers. Yeah, Mercedes Lewis got a 1 yard, 1 catch for 1 yard and 1 touchdown. Devontae Adams, 4 catches, 55 yards and 1 touchdown. And Marquez Valdez Scantling, 1 catch, 52 yards and a touchdown. So pretty good. I think Robert Turning got a few. Oh, he only has 1 catch. Never mind. Yeah, so Green Bay is up 21-3. It's still the first half. It's only a minute 29 left. So we'll see what they do in the second half. But for us, we're done for the week. We'll catch you guys next week. And yeah, man, it was fun. Jonathan will be back next week. We'll have some interesting topics to talk about. There's actually something we were talking about is we'll probably get into this again next week, but just a little teaser. There's 2 things that we've been debating on. Is Frank Gore an elite running back? And 2, who is the better running back, Le'Veon Bell or Shady McCoy? So think about that. Ponder that one. Join us next week, Tuesday, and let's have a good little chat and a little debate, shall we? But that's all I got for you guys today. Have a great rest of your night. Enjoy some football this weekend. And yeah, Hate2Pylon. Peace out, guys.